everyone. I'm Stephen Pender. This is the Texas Martial Arts Hall of Fame, and I'm here with George Clarke. It's time to get your story, buddy. Let's go back to the beginning. Why'd you do it? What made you get involved in this?
First of all, I'm from Kansas City, Kansas. I'm from really rough area of Kansas City, Kansas, and I had been jumped and beaten when I was just turned 13 years old, and they left me to die. And a guy walking his dog next morning found my body. They took me in. They had to jumpstart me about 4 times, but they almost killed me, and I was loss of blood. My body went in shock, and I was laying there looking at the stars, and my body went into shock. And I'm thinking, why did they beat me like that? Why would they do that? I was just a tall, skinny kid and just turned 13. And there's people like that, unfortunately, in this world that have no care of human life. And so I said, well, I'm never going to get beat like this again. And so I got into karate, and I got into boxing, and I was a street fighter. After that, the one thing I never was a bully. I hate bullies. I hate people who take advantage of weaker people. And if you want to fight somebody, fight me, you know? And so I became that type of person. I was very protective. I was a mama's boy. My mom had great hands, taught me how to box. Separated my sternum when I was 16. I got a little mouthy with her. And she goes, you think you're old enough to talk to me like that? And I said, well, I think I am. She goes, well, good. When you're old enough, take this. Boom. Separated my sternum. We're driving to the hospitals. I'm crying, and she's crying. And I said, Mama, she goes, son, I love you, but don't ever talk to me like that. And you know what? Never did again. There was no police call. There's no child services. My dumbass never did it again. But so it went to that point, and then I got involved in karate. With our system was with Grandmaster Jim Harrison, who is my instructor. Jim is actually, they made him an honorary Texan down here.
Yes, he did.
We come from a pretty, how should I put this, violent. We train for street fighting. We train for full contact and everything like that. And I did real well. I was world ranked at one time. Got up to number 5 in the world rankings. I had 36 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw, 31 KOs of the 36 wins. I stopped most people I fight. I also got into boxing. I fought in 1988 for the Golden Gloves Championship, a guy, Tommy Morrison. That was in Rocky. Beat George Foreman for a title. But Tommy and I fought, and then I fought another guy, Butterbean. A lot of people know who he is. They're in Caesar's Palace. I lost to him. But the thing is, I got to travel. I'm not from a wealthy area at all, but I got to travel the world through these sports. Mm-hmm. And the people I meet, and I'm a tourist. I love to learn about people. I love going to other people's homes and experiencing it. But I'm a very aggressive fighter, and that's for sure. And with Mr. Harrison, Grandmaster Harrison, and the type of people that I train with, Bob Thunder Thurman, super middleweight champion of the world, Steve Mackey, Mark Payne, Jeff Payne, world-ranked fighters. And it was just the type of people I was around. I graduated in 1976. In 1977, I went into the military. At the time, I was doing some stupid things in my life, and I wanted to be a Green Beret. Well, I signed up, and at the time, they were recruiting for it, and I went in, and I made it. I went through 7th Special Forces. There was times, believe me, if I could quit, I would have quit, but I had nobody to quit to. I'm out in the woods going, boy, did I mess up, okay? But I had to keep going, so I made it. And we only had 33 graduate out of that class of really 3 phases up, and it's unbelievable the loss of people. We had over 900 people started. Okay,
Wow.
graduated with 33. But in doing so, it's like anything. I respect anybody who did the military because for one, you're giving yourself to your country, and it's a machine of people working together. And I don't care what you did in the military, you were there because your job was important for, as they say, the machine to keep moving. And so I have total respect for anybody. Marines, I love the Marines because the Marine esprit de corps, everybody's a brother in the Marines. I was in the Army, and I was so the travel, the people I've met, and I fought in tournaments around the country, did very well. Won the nationals down here in U.S. Championship with Alan Steens in 1978. No, 76, what am I talking about? But it opened up so many doors for me, what I did. It helped me get on the fire department, which I was a firefighter for 30 years and retired from them in Kansas City, Kansas. Boxing-wise, there's these things called Tough Man Contest. Won 2 of those. I was a fighter, but I feel I was a very good person because I have so many friends. And like one of them here today is with me, David Coase, that was in 5th and 10th Special Forces. But David was a breed of his own. He retired from the FBI. He raced hydroplane boats. He's just a different level. But it's not how tough you are, it's who you are in your heart. And people really know that. And because even bad people want to be good to people. So very simple rule. I never give anybody a reason to be being mean to me. If they do, they're wrong. And for the rest of their lives, they're going to remember me when they look in the mirror. Because the male ego, we all know how that guy is. They want to come back and fight. They want to do this. I'll get your soul. You hope I forget your name. You hope I forget everything about you because you do not want what's going to happen to you. People truly don't understand what true pain is. Okay? I do. Okay? I almost died. I laid there, and so I don't fear this, fear that. I experienced being close to death. And the thing about it is, it's not worth arguing, fighting with people. They don't understand what's really, if I get a hold of you, you are done. Okay? I'm a biter. I will rip. I'm different. Okay? And people know that. But they also know that if I tell you something, I will do it or try to do it. I had a birthday, my 50th birthday party. I had over 300 and some people there, and I had from world champion fighters to firefighters to the governor came from Kansas, Kathleen Spellis. I had very good people there, but it's got a respect for who you are, and that's the thing. But also I had a reputation as a fighter, and we had a few times at weigh-ins that they just left because they knew somebody's going to get knocked out, me or you. And when you understand that, it's a little different. We're not going to the judges. We're fighting. And that's why I sold so many tickets, because people come to be entertained, and they're paying you to see you fight. Well, they're going to see it.
They don't want to see, judges score a fight. They want to see a definitive win. They want someone out on the canvas.
Exactly. And recently I got involved as really a judge for bare knuckle fighting, which is becoming a huge sport. The Sean Wheelock is the main announcer for bare knuckle fighting, and him and we started years ago. He started announcing one of our fights. He went to England, worked for BBC in soccer. He's a huge name over there. Came back and worked for Bellator, who people know MMA, and went on to bare knuckle fighting. Works with Chris Lytle, who is a firefighter in Ohio, but he also fought for the USC. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's so many different variations of what your life goes through, but you have to look in the mirror and you can't lie to yourself. You can't, if you take advantage of people, you get back what you give, I believe. Okay, you can talk about karma, something like that. Believe me, I work on my karma all the time because there was bad times in my life, but I have very many people that are my friends and people who speak for me, but that's because I'm honest with people. I try not to lie, okay, to people. You may not like what I got to say, but you are going to know what I'm talking about, okay, because I'm honest with you, all right, and there's just so many things. My little sister was world-ranked kickboxer. My mom, of course, I had 7 uncles, and I'm the runt, 6'4", and they're Irish. We'll go about that. And then my dad was Cajun, so I have a lot of Native American in me and Irish, so my drinking days I don't do it, okay? But it's the people that are down here. I came down for Richard Morris's promotion, who's an incredible martial artist. I came down here for this thing for Raymond McCallum, this benefit for him. And Raymond, I watched him when he was a kid, 16, 17 years old, a phenom, So all this together, but this is my Texas family. Right here is my Texas family, straight out. And it's the people I got involved with. We're involved with different type of projects. And so life's been good. What else?
What was your experience? You're, a little further north of us here in Texas. What was it like coming down here and fighting in Texas?
Very simply, this is where we came to fight. Anybody who knew Jim Harrison, Grandmaster Harrison, they changed our system back in about 1969 when Jim fought down here. He came back to Kansas City, goes, we're changing things because those boys in Texas know how to fight. And we came here to fight. All right. And my buddy David Coase, I was telling about earlier, we became best friends in Special Forces. And the competition down here, you just come down here and beat the hell out of each other, and then right after you're close friends. Mm-hmm. It's family, and there's no you coming down and you're going to get what you're going to get, okay? And I fought all over the United States. I fought in other countries, and not without a doubt, not because I'm sitting here doing this interview here in Texas. This is the toughest state we ever fought in. Kansas, Oklahoma, we had our places, but as a whole, nothing is like the competition and the camaraderie, I think, is the biggest thing down here in Texas. Yeah.
So you started, years ago in martial arts, you talked about starting in the late 70s. Mm-hmm. What do you think it's like for someone starting martial arts today? How different is it?
Well, you may not like this. I think that
I'm going to like it. I know
our system has deteriorated so badly that I think it has become, I have no respect for it. I have no respect for the rules. I don't respect. Here's the thing. I think it's a game. It's a money business. I think a lot of these organizations, they prey on families with children, okay, what they charge for the testing and how often they test just to try to make something. The money's in children because parents will pay for their kids. But a lot of these systems, they prey on kids. And it's like a daycare center. But the fighting-wise, it's terrible, absolutely terrible. I just turned 68 years old last week. I'll still get in and go with you right now. It don't matter to me because I can still throw. Okay, I got good legs for a heavyweight, and I know how to fight. I also teach combatives now up in Kansas City for street fighting, which I taught in Special Forces also in 7th Group. And I teach people exactly how to end it quickly, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of these sports, you got to know how to fight on the ground, which if I hit the ground, I'm up in a second, because my buddies are going to put the boot to your head if we go down to the ground, okay? And all this stuff, get arm locks. No, You start grabbing my arm, your face is going to look different when we stand up, okay? Because I hit and I know how to hit. I know where in the body to hurt people, where to break bones. And if I hit you, you're going to know it. And most of my fights, the fighters I fought said they had never been hit like that in their life, ever, okay? Because I understand it. I know how to hit. I know how to put my energy through your body. And when I go inside and I hit you, I'm coming out. And that's the thing. It scares people to actually be really hurt, to actually feel what true pain is. And that's the thing. I learned about that very early in my life. And so when I teach people, how to protect themselves, well, I've been to court 6 times, assault and batteries. I've been convicted 0. Reason why is called self-defense. I do not start fights. I do because what's going to happen to you, and even after the verdicts are over and the juries can talk to you, they would come up to me going, man, you could have killed that guy, but you didn't, because there's punishment. You deserve to be punished for what you did to a degree, I even had 3 judges try to talk to the guys and think, don't you think with Mr. Clarke's experience, you got off kind of lightly? That's what the judges told him.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, it's self-defense. And if you are truly in self-defense, but you are not going to hit me first. Everybody's, well, they're going to want to throw the first punch. My hands, my hands are up. Hey, come on. This is not even worth it. I will try to talk out of it, because I know what's going to happen. They do not know. And when they make that first move, and I know exactly in the human body what moves, they're coming for me. If not, then we just go walk our own way and go on. So what they call me names, come on. But the thing about it is, if they're going for me, that first 5 to 10 seconds is so brutal. People have not been hit or broken like they've been broken by me.
Well, I think that's a great way to end it. I surely appreciate it. I'm glad we were able to get this done, and I was able to.
Oh, Steve, thank you so much. And
you've always been kind to me. Every time I've met you, you didn't know me from a hole in the wall, and you've always been a good person.
But you know what, though, I say you're a good person because I read people. I was an interrogator, also in Special Forces. And I read people, and I'm from a very rough area, and it's street knowledge and knowing to read people. And you got a good heart. You're a good person. I'm not saying that because I'm sitting here with you. If I thought you were an ass, I would tell you you're an ass. Okay? What we can do, if we can't get along, we can get it on.
That's it.
Okay?
And we'll straighten it out one way or the other.
That's right. But, it's enjoyable to be able to sit down here and talk to you, because this is a good thing that you're doing, that people get an idea of this. And if you're not willing to experience the pain, to be honest with you, don't get into it. Okay?
Yeah.
Go up, take tennis or something.
Knitting's always there,
What's that?
There's always knitting.
Well, that's true, too. Yeah, got to watch your fingers on that.
Yeah. Yep.
But the thing about it is, true fighting, everybody's like real big on the MMA and real big. You got to know how to fight. The thing is, you go down on the ground with me, you're going to look different when we stand up, okay? And people realize that, or people who know me will tell you that. And it's not worth what's going to happen.
As it should be.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
FAFO,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
But I really appreciate you having me sit down and talk with you.
I'm so happy we're able to do this.
I mean, like, this is a reunion for me to come down to Texas. It's my family down here. And for example, now I've been married 3 times, so I went through all that. The thing is, my girlfriend of 8 years now says, George, this is the nicest group of people I ever met, but it's the toughest group of people I ever met. Because true warriors have incredible hearts.
Yeah.
And it's the people she's got to meet here. And got to tell real quick, they have Jim Harrison and here Pat Burleson that is deceased. I've never had a father or brother of a girl I took out ever quite like, hey, you need to be careful. They both called me separate times. Said, George, how's Carol doing? You know we really like her, right? And I said, yeah, I understand that. I'm thinking, oh man, because you know what? It's the love that people should have for each other and the caring. And unfortunately, our world is not like that. But there's going to be,
Sounds good, sir.
Well, thank you much,
It's been a pleasure.
Steve. Thank you much. And always the best to you. And everybody, thank you very much for listening to this. And I hope you find something yourself that when you're going to do things, if it's training to protect yourself like that, look deep inside yourself and understand, well, I don't think I could do that. Well, it's real simple. What do you think they're going to do to you? Okay? You better find nobody's coming in my house and hurt me. Nobody's going to hurt my wife, my children. It's not happening. But you got to be able to go to that extreme point if you have to.
Yep. You cannot be truly peaceful unless you understand how to be violent.
Oh, yeah.
If you cannot be violent, you aren't peaceful, you're harmless.
Exactly. Yep. Well, thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you.